Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
Alright, this is update number 2 on Paladin Holy Fire leveling build. As you can see, it's really effective at clearing trash. Saves you a lot of time from having to chase them down. So let's take a look at the build now. Alright, I'm currently in Act 2 Nightmare, level 49. Let's take a look at the build and the gear right now. I do about 600 to 730 damage or so. Most of it's fire damage from my Holy Fire aura. Stats are pretty basic. I've got enough so that I've got, you know, a decent block rate with Holy Shield up. My armor's not terrible, my attack rating's not terrible. Mostly dumped all my points into stamina. At this point, I farmed Countess quite a bit. I was looking for a good Paladin base shield. Something like this. Unfortunately, this had one socket already, so I couldn't make it a 4-socket through Larzuk, but I did just slap a diamond in it because plus 40 all resist is really good. My resists are okay right now. I wish I had these a little bit higher, but it's still good enough that I'm not really too concerned. Skill-wise, or let's just look at the gear. So I've got this bludgeon, just the fire and cold damage and the very fast attack speed, that's important. Cold damage is nice because it slows your enemies down. Got this really good coronet from Gamble off of my druid when I was playing him before. And the shield you saw, just an all resist amulet, rare piece of armor with resists. I've got Sanders gloves and boots. The life and the attack speed is nice, and the boots, all the stats are nice on it for my current setup. Resist ring, a decent rare belt with strength, life, and resists, and it's nice because it's got the full belt slots, and then just another ring with some attack rating. Just some resist and life charms, just because we're playing hardcore, so those are always important. Let's take a look at the skills here. Pretty basic setup. I only have 2 points in Zeal. The other 2 points are from my coronet. And then I've got Holy Fire maxed, Resist Fire maxed, and I've just been putting the rest of my points right now into Holy Shield. I'm planning on switching over to Hammerdin, probably either towards the end of Nightmare or definitely after I clear the Maggot layer, because it would be really difficult to play through as a Hammerdin with the tight spaces. You can't really get your hammers going, and without teleport that makes it significantly worse. So that's where the build is right now, and I've got this shield right now, which if I can't find a better shield by the time I'm ready to switch over to Hammerdin, I'm gonna 4-socket this with Larzuk, and then I've got that, and I've got a 4-socketed broadsword. So I'll have 2 Spirit Sword and Spirit Shield. I've got Stealth. I'll probably throw it in this light plate, or if I find a 2-socketed 2-socket with better armor, I'll use that. Like maybe a exceptional version of this light plate or of a breastplate. The reason those are good is because they count as light armor, so they don't impair your move speed or your stamina. And that's kind of where the build's at right now. we'll take a look at killing Andariel here real quick, and we'll just run through, show how it's pretty strong at this point in the game. So let's take a look at that next. So you'll see me here toggling run and walk between running and walking. And this is because when you're walking, you get your full defensive values from your armor and your block rate. When you're running, you only get, I believe, 25% of your max block applied, and I'm not exactly sure how much armor you get. But just from a defensive standpoint, it's better to walk in combat than to run. For physical damage or attacks, anything that's not a spell. Another tip, always keep rejuvenation potions on you in hardcore. It'll save you from dying a lot. It's the only potion that's going to instant heal you. Regular rejuves are a third of your HP. You can combine them with a chip gem to make a full rejuvenation potion. Later on in Hell, full rejuve potions will start dropping, so I just like to pick them up and throw them in my stash. And you can see here Andariel and Nightmare is just no problem at all for this build. If you drink a antidote potion, it increases your poison resist as well as your max poison resist, so I believe it gives you plus 50 resist, and then it'll remove the poison. So if you pop one of those at the start of the fight, remove her first poison, it's also going to make it a lot easier. Thawing potions have the same effect, just for cold damage. And here I got some footage just from me killing Bale in normal. I soloed the Worldstone Keep and got to his minions pretty early on. I was around level 25 or 30, and I killed all of them except for the Minions of Destruction. I just could not fight them it was too risky. I almost died, and so I just did some Bale runs until the mid 40s in parties, and then I was able to solo them. However, it was still kind of dangerous. The Minions of Destruction are just really tough when you're a melee character, because you have no good way of killing them. They're pretty easy to kite, but you can't kite them, and when all of them are hitting you at the same time, it can be hard not to die in that situation. The Minions of Destruction are almost more dangerous than Bale for a melee character. Bale's pretty easy if you have high resists, high cold and fire resist. He's not really a problem, as long as you play carefully. But in a lot of situations, the Minions of Destruction are much more dangerous than Bale. Another thing when in any situation, try and keep yourself from getting surrounded. That's why I keep kind of running back, because if you get surrounded and you don't have an escape route and they can all hit you at the same time, you're most likely going to die. But if you can kind of maneuver into a position where you're only getting hit by one or two of them, it gives you a chance to kind of burn them down quickly. Alright, and I'm just going to let the Bale fight play out, but thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and remember to give them the D.
Salutations.
At your service. The World Stone. Praise the light. You shall no longer taint this mortal realm.